We like to think that zombies are just Hollywood monsters. We believe the dead coming back to life or creatures losing their minds to a virus is just fiction. But nature has created things far worse than any movie script. Right now, in forests and oceans around the world, there are parasites that hijack living bodies. They do not just kill their victims, they enslave them. They take control of their brains and force them to do their bidding. These victims become walking puppets, driven by a biological urge to spread the infection. Some are forced to protect their killers, while others are marched to their own deaths. It is a world of chemical mind control that happens right under our feet. We are about to expose the most horrifying examples of body snatchers in the animal kingdom. From a fungus that turns ants into ticking time bombs, to a microscopic killer that might be living inside your cat. The parasite at number 1 hunts humans in warm lakes and destroys the brain in days. Get ready to be terrified. Here are the top 10 terrifying real-life zombies created by nature. 10. The zombie snail, Leucochloridium. Imagine looking at a snail and seeing its eyes pulsing with neon colors. This is the work of a parasitic flatworm called Leucochloridium. The worm invades the snail's body and travels into its eye stalks. It swells up and pulsates in bright greens and oranges. It forces the snail to abandon the shade and climb to the top of leaves in broad daylight. The worm wants the snail to be seen by birds. To a bird, the pulsing eye looks exactly like a delicious caterpillar. The bird swoops down and eats the snail, completing the parasite's life cycle. The worm essentially turns the snail into a neon sign advertising its own death. 9. The web-building slave, Hymenoptemis. In the jungles of Costa Rica, a wasp turns a spider into a construction worker. The female wasp stings a spider and lays an egg on its abdomen. The spider continues living its normal life for weeks while the larva sucks its blood. But on the final night, everything changes. The larva injects a chemical into the spider's brain. The spider stops building its normal web and starts building a strange, reinforced cocoon web. This new web is designed perfectly to hold the heavy cocoon of the wasp. 8. The castrator barnacle, Sacculina. This might look like a crab, but it is no longer in control. A female barnacle larva finds a crab and injects a microscopic blob of cells into its shell. This blob grows roots throughout the crab's entire body, digesting it from the inside. The parasite eventually erupts from the crab's underbelly where the eggs are usually held. It effectively sterilizes the crab. The crab stops molting and stops reproducing. Instead, the crab treats the parasite like its own baby. It cleans the barnacle and protects it. 7. The suicidal cricket, hairworm. Hairworms start their lives as microscopic larvae in the water. They are eaten by mosquito larvae, which are then eaten by crickets. Inside the cricket, the worm grows into a terrifying creature that can be 3 times longer than its host. But the worm has a problem. It needs to return to the water to reproduce, but crickets cannot swim. So, the worm produces proteins that scramble the cricket's navigation system. It forces the cricket to become attracted to water. The cricket jumps into a pond or pool and drowns instantly. 6. The cockroach walker, emerald jewel wasp. The emerald jewel wasp is beautiful, but it is a master of neurosurgery. It hunts cockroaches that are much larger than itself. The wasp delivers a precise sting directly into the roach's brain. This sting blocks the neurotransmitters responsible for the fight or flight response. The roach is not paralyzed, it can still walk. But it has lost all will to escape. The wasp grabs the roach by the antenna and leads it like a dog on a leash. It walks the zombie roach into a burrow and lays an egg on it. 5. The mushroom mind control, Cordyceps. You might know this one from the game The Last of Us. In the rainforests of Brazil, the Cordyceps fungus hunts carpenter ants. When a spore lands on an ant, it infiltrates the body and takes over the central nervous system. The ant is forced to leave its colony. It climbs a plant to a precise height of exactly 25 centimeters. This height has the perfect humidity for the fungus to grow. The ant clamps its jaws onto a leaf in a death grip and dies. Days later, a long stalk bursts out of the ant's head. 4. The fearless rat, Toxoplasma Gondii. This is a parasite that might be living in your house right now. Toxoplasma is a single-celled organism that can only reproduce in the stomach of a cat. To get there, it infects rats and mice. Normally, rats are terrified of the smell of cat urine. But this parasite rewires the rat's brain. It switches the fear response into sexual attraction. The rat becomes attracted to the smell of cats. The fearless rat walks right up to a predator and gets eaten. This completes the parasite's journey. It is a brilliant and manipulative way to travel up the food chain. 3. The bodyguard caterpillar, Glyptopantels. In North America, a parasitic wasp targets young caterpillars. The wasp lays dozens of eggs inside the caterpillar's body. The larvae hatch and feed on the caterpillar's fluids, but they don't kill it yet. When the larvae are ready, they chew their way out of the caterpillar's skin. They spin cocoons on a nearby branch. But the caterpillar doesn't die. It stands guard over the cocoons. The parasite has brainwashed the caterpillar into becoming a bodyguard. It starves to death protecting the very things that ate it. 2. The rage virus, rabies. Rabies is the closest thing we have to a real-life zombie virus in mammals. It is a viral disease that attacks the brain and nervous system. It creates extreme aggression, confusion, and hallucinations. The virus is transmitted through saliva, usually from a bite. To ensure it spreads, the virus makes the host terrified of water, a condition called hydrophobia. This prevents the animal from swallowing, causing saliva to foam at the mouth. The infected animal goes into a frenzy, biting anything that moves. It turns a beloved pet into a mindless killing machine. Once symptoms appear, the fatality rate is almost 100%. 1. The brain-eating amoeba, Naegleria fowleri. The number 1 spot is the only zombie parasite that actively hunts humans. Naegleria fowleri is a microscopic amoeba found in warm freshwater lakes and rivers. If you swim in contaminated water and get water up your nose, the horror begins. The amoeba travels up the olfactory nerve directly into the brain. Once there, it begins to consume brain tissue for food. It causes a condition called primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. The symptoms start with a headache and fever, then hallucinations and confusion. Within a week, the victim is dead. The fatality rate is over 97%. It is a silent, invisible monster that turns a summer swim into a nightmare. From glowing snails to fearless rats, nature has perfected the art of mind control. These parasites remind us that our bodies and brains are fragile. There is a microscopic war happening all around us, and the weapons are biological. It makes you look at the natural world with a lot more suspicion. That ant climbing the tree might not be doing it by choice. And that cricket jumping in the pool might be driven by a monster inside. Which of these parasitic zombies terrified you the most? Are you going to be more careful swimming in lakes now? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this creepy look at nature, please hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing top 10 videos. We have more secrets to uncover soon. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.